Come on, BTC.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike. It is 11 a.m. on, I believe, the 8th of August 2024. We are live, as always. We are not a recording. This is not AI. I am genuinely here, and I am going to go through what is a bit of a period in time where the majority of people do not know whether we're going up or whether we're going down. That is the title of the show today, On the Edge. Where are we going to go with Bitcoin? 57,270 at the minute. It has come back up a little bit, but given that the Bank of Japan has said it's not going to put rates up anymore, given that quantitative easing has already started, why are we not back at $62,000? We're going to go and have a look through that. Thank you, Peter. As always, I want to point out that this stream is sponsored by Mew, a cat in a dog's world. And I did make a short yesterday on the top 3 meme coins that I would look to pick up in the dip. These are not the best 3 meme coins. I'm talking about the ones that have retraced and bounced back. So then, what are we going to go through today? We're going to go through a tweet by Donald Trump Jr., who is Donald Trump's son, talking about DeFi. What could that be about? XRP, we're going to talk about XRP. On that, XRP has won its court case to some degree. We're going to talk about that. We're going to look at Solana versus Ethereum. Ethereum is taking an absolute hammering at the minute. Rouge's assets have been frozen. We're going to talk about that. Has there been the launch of a Solana ETF? And Riverlane. Now, Riverlane is not directly crypto related, but we are going to cover it because it is breaking news. I do believe PopCat is on that list, Peter. Yes. And then at the end of the show, we're going to go through some best buys. Best buys are coins that haven't recovered, that if there is another retracement, you should be looking at picking up. Now, yesterday we did, I believe, real world assets. The day before we did AI and DeFi. Today we're probably going to look at something like meme coins, maybe something else, depending on how we feel by the end of the show. So I'm trying to give you an insight into what I would pick up. Now, for full clarity, I did buy 3 coins on this dip. I bought more Bitcoin, I bought more NEAR, and I bought more Ondo. So I am dollar cost averaging in. I am not putting everything into those 3 coins. I am buying them every few days. Bitcoin for obvious reasons, NEAR because it's massively undervalued at the minute, and Ondo because it's retraced greatly. So that is kind of where we are. And of course, we have the X-Files, and we're going to have a look at the markets. All of this will be done in 1 hour. And don't forget, bottom left-hand corner, we're just under 153,000 followers. Bottom right-hand corner, $74,000. It's becoming a little bit of the sword of Damocles for me. I put that up there. I know what it is. I know it would be all-time highs. I know that's a target, but still, I think we're going to be there sooner rather than later. So smash the like button, give us a follow, say hello in chat, say hello to Peter as well, who is drinking Greek coffee, I believe, this morning. Proppy, I've never heard of it. I'll have a look. Good morning, Mags. I should probably do a few shout outs to those of you in chat. We have Chris, Peter, Packer is here. Good morning, Packer, whatever time it is over there. I am not singing You'll Never Walk Alone because we're not there yet. Who else is in here? Velvet Rope, Hidden Agendas. Good morning to you all. And Drop Dead is here. So let's get on with the show. Bitcoin then coming in at 57,230. Ethereum took a little bit of a nosedive yesterday, and it's really in need of some TLC. Ethereum's down 4%. Solana is back above BNB. Those two have been going at it cat and mouse, Solana and BNB. So BNB coming in at just under 500, Solana back above 150. XRP is back above 60 cents. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Good morning, Fran. Welcome to the stream. So what have been the winners and losers? XRP, of course, is the top winner. Toncoin is up 10%. Now, the reason that Toncoin and Sui are both in the top 5 there is that Grayscale have created a couple of new trusts. They have the Grayscale Ethereum Trust, Solana Trust. They've created some more, and part of that package, if you like, is Sui and Ton. I don't necessarily agree with them. I know somebody commented in chat. Good morning, Colin. I know some people have put that in our Telegram chat yesterday about the fact that follow the smart money. Yeah, there's an argument to be had there. Don't forget that you are buying into these trusts, and these people that have researched these coins think they're going to be the big ones. Now, I don't like Ton. I don't like it at this price. I'm not saying that the coin is trash. The coin has utility. I don't like it at this price. I don't think it's currently a top 10 coin, but there we go. Right then, so there's a few winners, losers. Brett is down. What a time to buy Brett this is. Again, my target price for Brett is about 11 cents. So if you can get it at 8.9 cents, Brett is an absolute steal. Render is down. Render's having a tough time. Celestia, again, I said this at the time. Was the Celestia price based on hype about airdrops? It is becoming apparent more and more that it is. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not going to go back up, but 462 is a long way from where it reached. Mantra is down just under $1. 80 to 90 cents is my buy area for Mantra. I made a video about it 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe even longer, and I said I think 80 cents was the best the best price to be getting in at. Pepe's down a touch, Bonk is down a touch. ICP, I still can't get over ASI being this low. They need to have a look at themselves. This is not a $2 billion project. It is way, way higher. Now then, this is not aimed at anybody in particular, but we haven't done one of these in a while. Now, I am gently placing you down and giving you the direction that you need to go and buy Bitcoin, go and buy Ethereum, go and buy Solana and XRP. I'm gently placing you down, okay? You are this little baby, okay? And there you go, you're off. You are off to buy meme coins. There you go, you've gone. You've gone straight off. You're going to go and buy Ponke. You're going to go and buy Bonk. You're going to go and buy all of the meme coins that I tell you shouldn't be putting all of your money into. You should be 60 to 70% heavy in the top 4 or 5 coins of your choice. And for me personally, that would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and then it comes down to personal choice, maybe some XRP, Chainlink, things like that. So that's not aimed at anybody in particular, but that is exactly. You sit there and you say, you need to stack on Bitcoin, you need to stack on Ethereum, you need to do this, that, and the other, and then people just go and buy meme coins. Meme coins are good, yes. I accept that there is a place for meme coins, but they should be a fraction of your portfolio. And take the profits. If you've bought Bonk and you bought $100 of Bonk and it's now at $2,000, you should be selling $1,000 of that. At least $1,000 of that. But meme coins, they're there for you to make money. Now this is a current running theme that I have with these so-called experts. Bitcoin will hit $350,000 by August the 25th, says Rich Dad Poor Dad author Robert Kiyosaki. He has a responsibility to give you his opinions, okay? Honest opinions. Now, defending yourself like this is BS, okay? It's not a lie, because any prediction about the future is not a lie. I want $350,000 to be a fact, and I want it to be true, but it's only prediction. Well, you know what, Robert? I want to fly, mate. I want to have laser beams coming out of my eyes, but it doesn't happen because it's not reality. However, when people read this, the headline, Bitcoin will hit $350,000 by August the 25th, says Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's what they see. They don't see all of this underneath, okay? They don't read into it because he's been called out on it to some degree. It's a target, a dream, and a wish. Keep that to yourself, okay? If you want to wear dresses on a Sunday, go and wear a dress on a Sunday, but don't tell everybody about it. We don't care. We know that you want a $350,000 Bitcoin, but you can't hide behind the fact that you think saying something like that is responsible. It is not responsible. It is totally irresponsible. Now then, I'm not going to rant too much at the start of the show. We don't want to do that. Very quickly, I'm trying desperately hard not to cover ETFs every single day because I don't want to be a stuck record. I am just going to cover it from time to time. So, the Global Bitcoin ETF Tracker, as of the 31st of July, 40 funds hold 1 million Bitcoin. Now, 1 million Bitcoin is what? That is 5%. There's 21 million Bitcoin, but 1 million is in Satoshi's wallet. It's gone forever. So there's 20 million Bitcoin. The ETFs hold 1 million. That's 5% of the total circulation. It's not been here for more than the blink of an eye. We've had the ETFs for, what now, 6 months? We were talking on this channel for some time about the fact that it's going to take potentially 2 years to feel the real impact of ETFs. They have to get approved, they have to go live, they have to be traded. They have to be applied for to be added to the other funds within the basket that, say, BlackRock have got. They need to be approved by the brokers. They need to become an allocation on other funds and other portfolio strategies. That's not something that happens on the 1st of April or the 1st of May or the 1st of June 2024. That's something that will probably happen by the end of, say, 2026, start of 2027. This is a long-term win. Now, yes, the price is $57,000, and yes, we are ahead of schedule, and yes, we could have a super bull run. But bear in mind, 6 months in, they own 1 million Bitcoin. And that is some going. Yes, it will slow down because the price will go up. But I think it's a pretty good start. And it's 1 million tokens taken off exchanges and gone. And they are diamond hands. Ethereum is the most important project in crypto. Short-term price action is irrelevant. Ethereum is the new financial system. Again, don't believe everything you read on the internet. You could replace Ethereum with any token and look at any social media influencer and they'll say the same thing about their token. Cardano is the most important project in crypto. Short-term price action is irrelevant. Cardano is the new financial system. They all read the same. It's like a parrot. They are stuck in this tribe mentality that they and their project alone is going to win. That is not the case. Bitcoin dominance is still slowly grinding higher. 60% really is not that far away anymore. Again, I wanted 56%. I think we're at 57% now. So my target's been reached. Ben Cowan wants 60%. He studies this stuff way more than I do. 60% Bitcoin dominance means Bitcoin makes up 60% of the total crypto market. And if Ethereum keeps being weak, then that is what we're going to see. And finally then, Bitcoin miner difficulty has hit a new all-time high. Bitcoin miners solve very complex mathematical equations, and in return, if they solve the block, they are rewarded with Bitcoin. This is happening, and the higher the difficulty, the harder it is to mine, the harder it is to get those returns, and all in all, it's not an easy thing to do. Good morning, Solo Sky. When I make 10 times 20x portfolio, I'll visit you and we will go watch Man United Liverpool game live on me. That sounds like a plan, that, Peter. Absolutely. We'll go and watch Manchester United absolutely pulverise those from the wrong side. Interesting fact for you, Peter. My local football team, or the team I support, is Stockport County, which you won't hear very often on these streams. They were, and still are, the closest ground to the Mersey. That will change, of course, when Everton's new ground opens up, unless it sinks into the Mersey. What we can always dream. Now then, this is a cryptic start to the show today. Donald Trump's son says they're about to shake up the crypto world. Now, I do not know what this is in relation to. I have no idea. Donald Trump Jr. has made waves in the crypto community with a bold statement on X where he confidently declared, "We're about to shake up the crypto world with something huge." According to him, decentralized finance is the future of finance, promising more transparency, security, and accessibility. But that wasn't all. According to The Buzz, Eric Trump also hinted at a big crypto-related announcement shortly after his brother. Eric described the news as big and said it would be a game changer. "I have truly fallen in love with crypto and DeFi. Stay tuned for a big announcement." Boo. This has only fueled more speculation and interest in what they have planning. Trademark records tell us that this could be a new initiative or a platform related to decentralized finance. However, nothing has been officially confirmed and details are still scarce. Now, I am not political, or I try not to be political. I try and give my honest opinion. But if you believe for 1 second that Kamala Harris has managed to overtake Donald Trump's lead in a week, it's not the case. JD Vance on the right hand side there is a very outspoken character. Donald Trump is a very outspoken character. But the media over there are just a basket case. They're an absolute basket case in America. They don't report the news. And the perfect example was one of the papers said that when the Trump rally was on and Trump got his ear clipped, the headline was "Man fatally injured at Trump rally." That's the headline that they ran with. So I do not believe the media in America, and I'm seriously starting to not believe the media in the UK. So again, we don't know what this is regards to. But Trump is still associated with crypto. He's had his NFT collections for a couple of years. This could be big news. And again, I've already covered off what Trump said at the 2024 Bitcoin convention. We worked it out here. They're going to be buying 550 Bitcoin a day for 3 years. That is the plan. Now, as you know, and as we tell you, there is only 450 Bitcoin being mined every day. So if they're buying 550 every day, it means that they're going to be bought on spot, or they're going to be taken off exchanges, whatever it might be, maybe even OTC, who knows. But the point of the matter is, I am not 1,000% certain that we are going to see the continuation of the bull and bear markets that we have seen moving forward. I don't know if we're going to get to the point where we simply start to move into multi-year longs. I can't believe that Kamala Harris is anywhere near Trump, and again, it's difficult to say. From the outside looking in, it appears to be that Trump is going to win, but there's a lot of people cheering for Kamala, and I think they're cheering for Kamala more because of their dislike of Trump than anything else. Now let me just fix this chart for a second, because we know the Oracle likes to see things in black and white. Again, where are we? This is the monthly chart. We are still not doing too badly on that monthly chart there. Okay, we're not doing too badly. Coming in at 57.2. Again, the knife edge that I'm talking about here. We go down to the daily for a second. The knife edge that I'm talking about is that we are looking increasingly like we could come down to 44,000. We haven't really broken back up. Yeah, I think September next year is a good guess for the blow off top. Right, this is the problem that we had that I'm going to go through very quickly. The Bank of Japan put up their interest rates from, was it 0.1 to 0.25%. That caused the money that was in America earning 5% to be withdrawn back to Japan. Not all of it, some of it. And that caused massive market turmoil in America and Japan. And it drove down the price of the dollar. The Dixies crashed, which is good. Now, the issue is that we haven't rallied back to where we were, even though the impending doom of what happened has been fended off. So money printer has been turned on in America. We're expecting interest rate cuts in the next 4 weeks. And again, that's not good news for Bitcoin in the short term. Good news for alts, but not Bitcoin in the short term. And we haven't moved really back up an awful lot. Yes, we've come up from 49 to 57,000, but we're not seeing these massive returns. Now, again, I did point this out and say that this could be the move. Okay, I did point that out on, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday, and maybe that is the move. Okay, and that takes us back at the end of the month towards 70,000. That is still on the cards. But what can Lido do 15x in the bull run? I'll have to have a look. I don't know what you've got to look at the market cap. This is a quick rule of thumb. If you're looking at a coin that's valued at 1 or 2 billion, I don't know that you're going to get a 30 billion Lido in the bull run. That's the problem. So if Lido is 6 or 7 billion, you're not going to do a 10 or 15x. You might do a 6 or 7x. Mags has broke his mouse. I've got to send him a new mouse, but if you want, you can give me 1 sol. I don't mind. Mags, if I had 1 sol to give you, I would, but it's all tied up on Camino Finance. So the issue is, that's what the orange line is, what could play out, and the yellow line is also what could play out. And this sounds like I'm sitting on the fence. I sound like a politician. The problem is, we're not pumping. And if we're not pumping, we're dumping. And where are we going to go? We're going to go down, potentially, to here. Now, there are some things that are in our favour. The, what's the word? The funding rate has gone negative, which means there could be a short squeeze today. And we could go up. Good morning, Tariq. So, I'm not saying, and I know Packer gets very upset when I say 44,000. I'm not saying we're going to 44,000, but it's not off the table. For it to be off the table, we need to get back above the bull market support band, in my opinion. And that means breaking the 61.7, then breaking above 65, and then having a crack at 69 to 70. That's how we get away from this 44,000 retracement. But we haven't. We're still at 57. We're really only, we're 10% away from the bull market support band, and we're just more than 10% of moving back down towards 50,000. I don't know which way we're going to go. That's why the show is called On the Edge, but I'm giving you both scenarios. We break down to 44,000, or we break 61,007 and try and get above the bull market support band. If it plays out as it has played out here, and if we have a repeat of this, then it actually does look fairly similar, and we could do that. But I don't know. That's why I'm on the edge. I think we really need to get back towards 60,000. It's Thursday and Friday this week. It would be great to get back towards 60,000, 61,000, something like that. Good morning, Kishan. Welcome to the show. Remember, if you're new here, smash the follow, smash the subscribe, and help us out. YouTube traffic is down massively since we corrected in the last 3 months. So anything you can do would be great. If it drops to 40,000, people will say 25. We will hit 25. Then we'll say 13. Hi, Kishan and Tariq. Now, the difference between ADA and Lido is a liquid staking token, and ADA is a blockchain. So being a blockchain, it does a lot more than Lido. Lido is liquid staking, so it has one job, okay? ADA is a blockchain, which is a totally different kettle of fish. It's a totally different entity. So what you're again, it's apples and pears. You'd have to compare ADA to Solana. But if you compare anything to Solana, it's rubbish. You can't compare Ethereum to Solana, ADA to Solana, XRP to Solana, because everything has bled against Solana since June last year. Everything. Because Solana was at $10. It's now at $150. It's done a 15x. Nothing else has done a 15x. So you can't compare Lido, which is, like I said, liquid staking, with Cardano. You'd have to compare Cardano to Ethereum, or you'd have to compare it to Solana. Whereas with Lido, you would have to compare it to something like Marinade, or Athena, whatever it's called. You have to compare like for like. But when it comes down to brass tacks, which one's likely to have the best run-up? Well, if Ethereum does a 4x, the value of Ethereum obviously goes up 400%. But the value of the revenue to Lido doesn't go up immeasurably more. It might go up a 6x or a 7x. Whereas Cardano, as we all know, is the last runner in the bull run. So Cardano is that runner at the back of the field that everybody writes off until it runs. And when it runs, it goes. And you look at the last bull run for Cardano did that in the last bull run. Now then, this Ripple partial victory, I'm not going to call it a partial victory. I think it's an 80% victory. And the reason is, the one caveat from Judge Torres, I actually agree with. So XRP has pumped. We'll look at the chart in a minute. XRP is not a security. The court rules. The SEC asked for $2 billion. The court reduced it by 94%, recognising they've overplayed their hand. Now, I don't know if you remember this, but back in May, and originally I thought it was March, back in May, XRP sold 135 million XRP. And I said at the time, that is the settlement. And I have been saying all along that the settlement will be $100 million, not $2 billion. I've said that on multiple occasions because when you go to sell something or when you want to find somebody, you ask for the maximum amount of money. And when you want to go and pay something, you want to pay peanuts. Now, XRP wanted to pay 10 million, SEC wanted 2 billion. And Judge Torres has quite rightly said both of those figures are nonsense. And the fine has been 125 million. So I am not a million miles away from this. I was pretty close. I'm going to claim a moral victory, the same way that Man United will claim 2 solid victories over Liverpool this season. The penalty is a lot less than the SEC has demanded. Now, the trick here is XRP is not a security. It can be traded. It can be traded. It's not a security. That's the key. That's the victory. Now, the one thing they are not allowed to do is XRP are not allowed, and I don't know if it's listed in here, XRP are not allowed to sell their tokens, or Ripple are not allowed to sell their tokens directly to institutions. Okay, that is the only clarity that they have. Now, I agree with that. I would not want to see Ethereum or Cardano or Solana sell their tokens to institutional investors. I completely agree with that. If this is supposed to be a blockchain, a network for cross-border payments and everything else like that, I totally agree. Now, also, what does that do? It means that institutional investors can now go and buy XRP from exchanges. Okay, so good times. It probably means they have to buy it at spot. Good times. So that's the 20% of the victory that they kind of lost. However, they've won. $100 million is not $125 million is nothing. They've absolutely won this case. Now, I also said, and again, I've got a good memory for things like this. Let me just go and remind you what I said. I said there was going to be a God candle on XRP when they won this case. And that God candle has not transpired. Okay? This here, this is not a God candle. This move here was a presumption of the court case. It didn't happen, it fell back. And then it's gone back up to the same price as it did on the presumption, which is this level here at 65 cents, or 64 cents. So why have we not seen the God candle? And if you want to know what the God candle is, it's that one there. That is the God candle. Okay? It going all the way up there to $1. And I said, and again, as well as saying the $100 million fine, I said we would do that and we would go straight to $1. And we haven't gone straight to $1. Will XRP 10x from here? No, it will not. The market cap is too high. It is not going to 10x from here. In my opinion, it is not going to 10x from here. And the reason being is it will 10x from, again, I said this yesterday, I don't know if anybody was here. When you buy down here in this zone at 30, 40, 50 cents, you're looking at a 10x on XRP. because my target is $3 to $5. You're going to see some absolute nonsense written on Twitter in the next 4 months, 5 months about XRP. You're going to see nonsense articles, and I'm going to call them out. And you're going to see people saying XRP is going to go to $1,000. XRP is going to go to $100. My favorite one is the $689 XRP. That would give it a market cap in the trillions. Trillions, not billions, in the trillions, okay? It is fake hope. It is irresponsible. And if anybody tells you that XRP is going to $100, they are lying, okay? I know what Rich Dad Poor Dad said at the start of the show about I want it to do this, but keep your opinions to yourself, keep your dreams to yourself, and tell people the facts. And the facts are very simple. And I'm going to explain how I work these things out, because I want you to understand this is not anything other than a rule of thumb. Put your finger in the air, okay? Look at the market cap of XRP. It is at 34 billion. If it goes to $6, it will have a $340 billion market cap. That is currently, good morning, Reza. That's currently above Ethereum. Now, where do I genuinely think it will go to? I think it will go to anywhere between 100, maybe $150 billion in this bull run. So what's that from here? That's a 5x. That takes it to $3.10, okay? Have that as a target. Now, if it goes to $5, it's an 8x. That puts it at 240 billion, maybe a little bit high. It's still slightly in the realms of possibility. If Solana, for example, goes anywhere near $1,000, that's going to do a 6x. That's going to put it well above 400 billion. If Ethereum goes to $10,000, that's going to go to $1 trillion plus. I think that anybody that tells you, let's just give you another example. If XRP went to $61, okay, that would give it a $3.1 billion market cap. The total market cap of crypto is $2 billion. In a bull run, let's say, for argument's sake, it goes to $10 trillion. Are you telling me that XRP is going to be 30% of the total crypto market when you have Ethereum coming in at 14.5%, Bitcoin coming in at 56%? It's nonsense, and they fill your head with fake hopes. Okay? $3.50, exceptional price for XRP. Don't let anybody give you nonsense about where we are going. Now, back to why we haven't absolutely ripped. Good morning, Bullish Bull. I haven't got a lot of chats open, so I can't really read everything to people. 10k buyback is on the table then. Yes. Right, why didn't we rip? We didn't rip. I think we didn't rip because the market is expecting two things. Number one, an appeal. There can be an appeal, which I was not aware of. They have 2 months to appeal. So the SEC has 2 months to appeal. That takes us from August to September to October. Now, October is a very special month for us because 2 months from now would be the 8th of October. I have said that the miner capitulation, where they sell off all of their Bitcoin, will end around about October. I think Bitcoin is going to be a lot higher in October than it is today. I think we'll have come through any more corrections. 52 viewers, really? I can't see from here, Reza. I've got no idea how many people are watching. But if you are watching and you're new here, please smash the like button. We're trying to get to 200,000 followers by the end of the year. That would make us very happy. And hopefully one day, it might even start making us money. And talking about money, somebody tipped us yesterday. And I don't know your name because it didn't tell me. But thank you very much for the tip. So it hasn't pumped because the SEC can appeal. I think we will pump on the SEC saying that they're not going to appeal. That's what I think. And I think we could be looking at back over $1. But again, the God candle I'm talking about is only going to take us to 96 cents. It's not going to take us to $4, $3, whatever it might be. It might get us to $1. 50% move from where we are, still worth looking at. Is making 50% in 2 months in your risk profile? Possibly. But it's not a bad price. It's not a bad price in my opinion to be going after XRP. I did tell you all at 30 and 40 cents to buy XRP. I can't tell you what to do. I can advise you what to do. Right then, Solana's dominance versus Ethereum reaches new highs. Now, I'm getting very worried about Ethereum. And normally, when you get very worried about something, it goes in the opposite direction. The same way, if everybody expects us to go to 44,000, we will have a short squeeze and go to 61,000. That's just the way it is. However, Ethereum, I don't know what is Ethereum doing. Can somebody tell me what Ethereum is working on? Can anybody show me a roadmap for Ethereum? Okay. Can I see a roadmap for Cardano? Yes, I can. And Chang is coming, and Chang is going to help Cardano. Can I see a roadmap for Solana? Yes, I can. I don't know what Ethereum is doing. They've gone silent. They've gone dark. I don't know what's going on with Ethereum. It needs to do something. I'm going to prod it with a stick, and it's not going to move. So why am I going to play with a rock when I can go and play with Solana, which is doing things? Okay. And maybe this is the reason that everybody is starting to have a go at Solana. Maybe they understand Solana is getting too far ahead of itself. Maybe. So Sol ETH is at all-time highs in spite of the recent Ethereum ETF. Again, there are reasons for that. The grayscale sell-off is going to end, and then we're going to rip, and then Ethereum is going to be back over 3,000, and then we're going to go up. By the way, I'm not eating my hat. I said we wouldn't hold 3,000. There's no hat to be eaten. Sol is up 33% to 147 from Sunday's low of 110, compared with Bitcoin, which is up 12. ETH is up 8. The strong rebound has also sent the Sol ETH ratio to a new all-time high of 0.06, up over 800% from December. This isn't good for Ethereum. As a result of the price surge, Solana's total value lot is up 10%, Ethereum's is down 14%. As Solana continues to draw more attention, its DeFi ecosystem is following suit. Jito, a liquid staking and MEV product on Solana, is its leading DeFi protocol with a revenue of $200 million and 1.74 billion in TVL. Again, I will say the same thing. At some point, you are all going to have to consider what projects you own and how much money they make. How much money are the tokens that you hold making? How much is your Solana making? We know how much the Bitcoin miners are making. It's public information. We know how much Ethereum is making. It's public information. And we also know how much Solana is making. But not just Solana, but the Camino Finance, Meteora. There's too many to mention. This one here, Jito, which was the one I've missed off. Orca, Radium. I know how much money they're making. How much money are the projects you've bought making in revenue? How much do they have of a runway before they run out of money? Okay. Are they hanging on for the bull run to get their money back in? Are they going to sell their tokens in the bull run to pump the bags? It's a fundamental question to any business. Now, Ethereum is making buckets and buckets of money, but so is Solana. And that's what people have to understand. All of these hit pieces and all of this FUD on Solana is great, but look at the money it's making. Now then, moving on, Ethereum, Lido has 24 billion in TVL. Uniswap makes, or has had, 5.5 billion in volume. Radium had 1.28 billion in volume. So Uniswap is still top dog. That's probably not going to change for a long time. But Radium and Orca and Jupiter and Jito and Marinade and Meteora and all of these companies on Solana, they're all making money. legitimate money, not printing Solana and selling it for a profit. Maybe Radium can 10x. Radium's Orca, Uniswap, they'll all do exceptionally well. Same with Aero. DEXs are going to do well in the bull run, but you have to sell them in the bull run, because when we go into the bear market and transactions go down and the prices go down and the volumes go down, so will the price of those tokens. You can't hold them unless you're going to hold them on a 10-year horizon. But then my question would be, what's to stop Uniswap from being overtaken by another DEX? What's to stop Jupiter, Orca or Radium being overtaken by another DEX? Or Aero? What if Aero takes over from Uniswap? So you have threats on a long-term horizon. You have threats to nearly every project except Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if you said to me, name 3 projects that will be here in 10 years' time, I would say Bitcoin, absolutely 100% certain. I'd say Ethereum will be here, 70, 80% certain. Solana, 60% certain. But then AVAX, would I say AVAX is going to be here in 10 years' time? I don't know. Maybe it runs out of money. Uniswap, maybe Uniswap gets taken over. Maybe Jupiter becomes the unicorn and it becomes multi-chain and it becomes the biggest aggregator in the world. Maybe it sucks up all the volume. Maybe Radium and Orca move on to Ethereum and undercut Uniswap. We don't know. Maybe Uniswap moves to Solana and destroys Radium and Orca. We don't know that far into the future. So when you have this opportunity and this bull run, and let's say Uniswap does an 8x and Lido does a 6x and Aero does a 12x, take the profit. Right, overall the ETFs have resulted in a net outflow of 364 million. Again, that is short-term news. Despite the overwhelming negative sentiment, the ETH flows this week are positive with 147 million in. However, what I would say to you is, and again, one of the people I was watching today, they were comparing everything against Solana. You can't do that. You cannot compare everything versus Solana and then expect anybody to invest in anything else. You can't hold one token. It doesn't make sense. You cannot hold 100% of your portfolio in Ethereum or Solana or Cardano or whatever else it might be. It's not the right thing to do. Now, Bitcoin is probably the exception. If you are 100% in Bitcoin and you plan to hold it, fine, because there's a very good chance at some point in the future that Bitcoin goes to $1 million, and that is a 20x from where we are now. So you put $10,000 into Bitcoin today, and at some point in the future it will be worth $200,000. Now I can't tell you when that will be, okay, but it is a number go up cryptocurrency with a finite supply, and every 4 years the amount being distributed is halved, so it is programmed to go up. Bitcoin is going to probably hit a 6-figure sum in this bull run. Maybe it goes to 120, maybe it goes to 200, 240, and then maybe in the next bull run it hits $1 million. Maybe we hit it in 2029, 2030. That's 6 years away. 6 years. Your working life is potentially 40 years. So if you put $100,000 into Bitcoin today, there is a very good chance you will have $2 million in the not too dim and distant future. But I can't say when, but it's the only solid 100% safe play you can have. And if you listen to someone like Michael Saylor, who wants you to become a triple maxi, you're going to be very rich in the future. Maybe 2040, you'll be stinking rich. But for now, you cannot compare every chain and say, nothing is competing with Solana, therefore we're going to put all of our money into Solana, because that is irresponsible. And like I said on that tweet before about Ethereum is the answer, nothing is the answer. This is still speculation. Do I like Solana? Yes, I do. Do I like Ethereum? Yes, I do. I like them both. Now then, just give me 1 second, because again, Mr. Oracle himself has been making horrible lines. Now then, are we putting in any kind, actually let's take it from tip to tip. Are we putting any, have we broken any kind of possible trend? I don't know. What I do know is Solana, unlike Bitcoin and unlike Ethereum, look where it is compared to the bull market support band. This moving average, when we are up here, it is good. When we are down here, it is bad. This is bullish, and this is bearish. Okay, so where are we? We are right at the tip, which is about $158, $157. We're back. So what happens if we come back? Well, over here, look what we did. We got to the top and we broke down. If we get to the top and break down, it's back to $120. We go maybe lower. And again, what I was saying about Bitcoin before, Bitcoin goes to $44,000, then you are looking at a $99 Ethereum. That is the worst case scenario, $99. If we go down here to $99, in my humble opinion, and not financial advice, you fill your bags. As Peter is saying in chat about things doing 10x's. If we go to $100 and my price target for Solana is $1,000, then that's a 10x. If you don't buy at that price, and let's say we go up towards this level here at $200, that is a 5x. So 5x at that price, 10x at that price. This is why I will, and I said this yesterday, this is why I will give different potential targets at different times, because it depends on the prices, and the prices change. You know, you can't say to me, oh, well, you said Solana was going to do a 20x in June. Well, it did. Because in June, it was $10 last year, it was $10 and it went to $200. So it did the 20x. But from where we are today, it's potentially a 6x. If we go to $100, it will become a 10x because of the bounce up. That's if we hit $1,000. If we hit $800, then we're looking at an 8x from the bottom, and from $200 a 4x. It depends where the price is, and it depends on the market cap, it depends on the climate. We're going to talk about the Solana ETF in a minute. I know I've done 2 Solana articles today, but to be honest, it was a slow news day. Anyway, to break up, what do we need to do? We have got to break that line there. Every colour is changed to black. That oracle. So there we go. $158 is what we've got to break above. Come May next year, I will buy some new tomorrow. Is it wise to spend $500 on it? I've got 3 picks. Now, there's a very... Okay, let me preempt this. If you've got $500 to buy a meme coin, you've got to be very careful of this pullback, which we could see. If we go to $44,000 on Bitcoin, that is a retracement of about 25%, roughly. Meme coins will go down 50 to 60%. So, if you want to buy Mu, you need to hedge your bets. You need to hedge your bets, and you need to decide, is it going to go up or is it going to go down? Based on the evidence, I think we have a chance of going to $44,000. Doesn't mean we are. Also means we could go to $61,500. It doesn't mean we are. The stream is on the edge because I don't know. It's a funny market. So we could see $100 Solana. If we see $100 Solana, 33% move down, then Mu will be half the price it is today. And that will turn your $500 into $250. That's the problem. Now, long term, Mu is very easily going to go into a $1 billion meme coin because of the stuff they have coming out. I'm not saying it because we're sponsored by them. I made a video about them, maybe 4, 5, 6 months ago. I like the project. I like Maneki, which is another cat. I like Mew, which is another cat. I like them both. I don't like Popcat, although it will do well. And Brett is going to do exceptionally well. So look at Brett and look at Mew. And what you could possibly do is over the next 2 weeks, you could buy $100 every couple of days in the meme coins of your choice, and then maybe you'll catch the bottom. I know your age. Listen, I've been thinking the same thing. I'm 50 in October. Okay, now if Sailor is right and we go to a $13 million Bitcoin in 2045, that is 20 years from now. I will be 70. Do I want to have $26 million of Bitcoin when I'm 70? And what am I going to be able to do with it when I'm 70? Because my legs might fall off or my arms might stop working. So even though I'm a little bit younger than you, my time horizon is not 2045 or 2050. My time horizon pretty much has to be the next 5 or 6 years. That's the thing, but I can't gamble the Bitcoin to bet on some of these, outlying chances. So anyway, I think if we do break up, we've got to break above that 158. And if we do, we could come back up to challenge on this. Remember this trend line? We were holding it really well. And then we broke down. Buy prosthetic arms and legs with crypto bags, become a robot. Do you know what? If I was given the opportunity to become a robot, I don't think that'd be a bad idea. Now then, this is about before we get onto the Solana ETF, and I'm not going to bring up the chart again. This lady, we made a video about her 2 years ago. Ruja Ignatova, or Ignatova. She was the biggest scam merchant in the history of crypto. She's like, in those Power Rangers where they all combine to be one great big robotic monster. Well, if you took Sam Bankman-Fried, Alex Mashinsky, you took maybe Do Kwon, even though I don't call him that bad. If you took Do Kwon, and then you took maybe Richard Hart, and then one other bad actor, and you combine them into one super, like Optimus Baddie, okay? She is Optimus Baddie. The amount of money she got away with is astronomical, okay? She launched a project called OneCoin, and then she ran off with the money, and it's the biggest rip-off there's ever been, okay? That is the line. She cleared people out of $4 billion. To put that into context, Sam Bankman-Fried, believe it or not, hasn't cost anybody anything because everybody's got their money back because it was so badly managed they had no idea where the money was. So FTX hasn't been that bad. Alex Mashinsky's left a hole in people's pockets. That's about 2 billion, I think. Do Kwon was the biggest, closest one to this, I would say, but I don't blame him for what happened. He didn't intentionally try to bring down Luna. It had an inherent flaw called the death spiral. Different story. She purposely set out to defraud people of $4 billion. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was 7 years ago. 7 years ago. She was last seen in Athens, in Greece in 2017, not been seen since. She is on the FBI's 10 most wanted list. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen this list, but there's some real hard nuts on there. And she's on there because she is a piece of work. Now, that is what she looks like on the FBI's most wanted list. She is allegedly Bulgarian. She is what's she now? She's 44 years of age. She is. They're going to pay a $5 million reward. Now, if you've got $4 billion, you can hide anywhere in the world. Okay, you can have face replacement surgery. Ruja could become a man, couldn't she? She could become a man and call herself, I don't know, maybe Peter. Maybe Peter is actually Ruja. So she could become a man, she could change her name, she could buy a new passport, she could buy a country for $4 billion. She could bribe a country for $4 billion. And she's a criminal, and she's a massive criminal, and it stung people. But the important thing is, as well as having been on the most wanted list, the assets have been frozen. Her assets have been frozen. She owns properties in London, and her assets in London, I believe, have now been frozen. But the point of the matter is, if you've never read this story about the crypto queen, I believe there is a documentary on Netflix about the crypto queen called OneCoin, I think. So it's worth going to look at. I wouldn't be saying poor Peter, Reza. Peter could very well be worth $4 billion. So let's not feel sorry for him or her. You never know. It could be Mags. Mags is where? Portugal. You could easily hide in Portugal, couldn't you? Any one of you could be Ruja. Any one of you. And it's certainly not me. Because I've not got a very good Bulgarian accent. So Solana makes history with groundbreaking spot ETF approval. Again, we are ahead of schedule. And I have a conservative schedule, which we've talked about before. We have degens, retail, then we have companies, then we have traditional finance, then we have nation states. They're my paths, okay? We've gone from 0 to 60. We're already at nation states. We're already at ETFs. A Solana ETF being approved by Brazil means what? It means that we're going to start to see lots of other countries buy or set up or create Solana ETFs. It's going to happen. You should be happy with a person with $4 billion watching my videos. Do you know what? I am. And you know what? Maybe Solo Sky, one of you out there, I'm going to make Crypto Warehouse's top 10 most wanted. Because you know what? One of you could be Ruja. One of you could be Sam Bankman-Fried. One of you could be Do Kwon. One of you could be Alex Mashinsky. I don't know. This rate created through a collaboration. So they've created a Solana dollar reference rate to determine the price. Again, we don't need to go into the intricacies. What's important here, because we're running out of time, is the fact that, you know, at first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they try and beat you, and then you win. Okay? That's how it works. And I think we've gone straight to you win. Now, this is the article that I want to cover very quickly, because somebody asked me about companies to do with quantum physics to invest in, and I can't remember if it was Drop Dead or who. You know what? Actually, I can't say your name. I'm going to have to start calling you Drop. I can't say that word, DEAD. I'm not allowed to say it. Can't say the word that begins with K. Can't say the C word. The amount of censorship is ridiculous. However, this is interesting. Now, I've got a tweet first. Oh no, I've got the article and then I've got the website. Now, again, please, I'm not sponsored by River Lane. I don't even know who they are, but I'm just telling you about them. This is a UK-based tech startup. It could become the NVIDIA of quantum. Riverlane's error correction chips could do for quantum computing what NVIDIA's GPUs did for artificial intelligence. Quantum solutions firm Riverlane recently closed a $75 million Series C fundraiser off the strength of its error correction stack, a service that could potentially benefit the entire quantum computing industry. Riverlane has quietly become one of the most well-positioned startups working at the intersection of science and tech, blah, 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 blah. The latest funding round has brought its total funds to $122 million. We don't need to go into who is invested, that is not relevant. Errors are the bane of the quantum computing industry. Whenever you see a pundit or scientist claim that quantum computers still aren't useful, they typically mean that they're not fault tolerant. Basically, quantum computers perform calculations via a quirky phenomenon called superposition. The simple explanation is that the units of quantum information exist in multiple states, like a coin spinning in the air, and you can't know what the state is until we measure them. The problem with qubits is that the tiniest perturbation can cause them to lose information. This is called an error or a fault, and stopping and correcting or compensating for them is not, or is one of the most difficult tasks. What they're trying to do is scale into the millions and eventually trillions for quantum computers to fulfill their vast potential. So anyway, we're not going to read too much about this. I have got the website. It is 12:01. I'm probably not going to get to the pics, but I thought you might want to know about this because this looks super sexy. The error correction stack that unlocks useful quantum computing. Now, I have my own bugbears with science and mathematics in particular. Science, for example, various angles of science, they have two different schools of thought, and neither of those two schools of thought work together. They are completely independent ways of looking at things in our universe. Now, because of that, I don't believe either of them to be correct, but that's just my personal opinion. Quantum computing is the frontier of where we're at so far, and getting to the stage where we can have production level quantities of quantum computing is going to revolutionize a lot of things. My concern is when you combine it with AI. Are we going to end up in an Arnold Schwarzenegger world where, you know, robots come after us? Or are we going to end up in a world like Minority Report, where quantum physics, quantum computing and AI predetermine you doing something which the state doesn't like? So there is a dystopian future which I don't like, but on a positive note, if you combine robots and drones and AI, you can completely change the planet for the better. Look at what China is doing with robots and drones. They are sowing forests at acres and acres and acres a week. Okay, we will be able to clean the oceans. We will be able to do things that we couldn't even imagine. So all these people talking about the climate crisis, we're on the cusp of solving that. So be positive about humanity. We have brains which are the most complex creation, depending on whether you believe in it or not, most complex thing in the universe. We will solve things, and this requires big brains to understand, also big brains to create. So there is the news. The company is called Riverlane. Again, I don't know if you can go and buy shares in this company. I know nothing about them, but this is the stage that we are at. Go and have a look. I will leave a link to Riverlane in our Discord channel. We have Telegram. We've got two Telegram groups. We have the trading group, and we have the normal group. To be in the trading group, you need to be an OG. You need to help out the channel. But you can be in the other Telegram group, and I'm going to leave a link to this in both. I don't think this is a purchasable stock, but I do believe that these people will probably end up contributing to a change in the world. And all the negative news we've had about the UK over the last week, I'm never going to give up hope on the UK. I think some of the brightest minds in the world are in the UK, and people like this are going to help for the best. So anyway, I'm going to leave you on that positive note. Riverlane, I'm going to leave it in Telegram, and maybe I'll even make a video about them, even though it's not relevant to the channel. I might make a video about them today, so I'll cover it off, go through it. It won't be my normal kind of video, but it doesn't really matter. So anyway, thank you everybody for watching. You are all heroes and legends for tuning into the show. Mikey has just come in, almost hit his $45 target for Litecoin. Brogan is streaming tonight. The Oracle is streaming tonight, I forgot to tell you. Brogan is live at 9 p.m. In 9 hours' time, Brogan will be live. He'll be going through the charts. Now listen, this is really important. If you're an OG in the OG Telegram group, put the list of coins you want looking at in that group so he can prepare the charts for you. So if you've got 3 or 4 coins Drop, I did a load of best buys. I don't know if, you know what, okay, I'll do that. But tune in for Brogan tonight. It's important because he puts a lot of time and effort into that, as I do. You believe it or not, and you're probably not going to believe me, this stream, which lasts an hour, takes me over 2 hours to prepare. That's 3 hours a day to do this stream. Okay? The Oracle spends maybe an hour getting it ready and then an hour and a half on the stream. That's a lot of time out of our day. So it would be greatly appreciated if you could tune in and say hello to him. Now, I'm going to do this very quickly. Okay? Lido is actually low enough to do a 10x now. It's at $1. I remember it being $2 or $3. Lido is a good buy. For me, FET ASI is a good buy. Do not touch Phantom, please. Do not touch Celestia. Uniswap is an incredible buy at $6. Brett, they're the ones I'm going to go for. Brett, Uniswap, ASI, and Lido. They would be my 4 picks. Mikey is saying Bitcoin, Dupe, and Sol. I can't disagree with that. Yesterday, I bought Bitcoin, I bought Ondo, and I bought Near. That's only because I've already got 2,000 or 3,000 Jupiter. I don't need any more than that. Solana, I've already got enough Solana. That's staked, I think I'm making 18% on my Solana at the minute, which is incredible. And Bitcoin, I'm stacking Bitcoin. I've got my Bitcoin and I'm buying it bit by bit. And when I say I'm buying these little bits, because I'm buying them every other day or every few days, I'm not making more than $50, $100 purchases. So I'm not throwing thousands and thousands of dollars a week at these coins. I'm putting in bits every week. So Near, I've gone above where I thought I would go on Near. Ondo, I've got probably another $200 or $300 of Ondo to buy to get to my target. I've got all my ADA I need, all my Ethereum, all my XRP, all my Chainlink. I've got them all. So these are just topping up. I'm spinning all these plates and I'm topping up the ones that I'm a bit low on. And that's all you need to do. DCA weekly, low amounts, best advice around. I try, Mikey. I try. I do my best. I mean, like I said, my old story, and I'll leave you with this. My old story was about 2017, 2018, I don't know what it was. I was buying $300 of Bitcoin a night. And that's when Bitcoin was at $3,000. So I was getting 0.1 Bitcoin a night. And at the time, I was laughing to myself. And I thought to myself, I'm not going to tell anybody that I'm doing this because this could be absolute stupidity. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's 2019. I don't know. Whatever it was at $3,000. I was buying 0.1 a day. And I did that for quite a few days, maybe even a few weeks. A dollar cost average in then got me the equivalent of, for argument's sake, one Bitcoin cost me $3,000. And that was 6-7 years ago. And look where it's got to. So 2019, yeah. So that was what, 5 years ago. So just do the same thing. If you can afford $10 of Bitcoin a day, buy it every single day. If you can't afford $10 a day, and you can afford $10 a week of Bitcoin, buy $10 a week of Bitcoin. It's going to run out. I am telling you this now, the same way I told you that XRP was going to rip when it did. When I told you to buy Solana at $15, Bitcoin is going to become the scarcest asset on the planet. It's scarcer than gold, tradable asset, may I add. It's rarer than gold, rarer than silver, rarer than oil, and everybody's going to want it. There are 20 million Bitcoin. I think there's about 18 million, including the ones that have lost. There's 18 million Bitcoin, which means only 18 million people can own one. But I've already told you the ETFs have got 1 million, so only 17 million people can own one Bitcoin. That's it, in the world, okay? The price is going to go up over time. Anyway, enough of that. I am finished. How is Bitcoin doing? Still coming in above 57,000. That's nice to see. Right, take care, everybody. I'm back tomorrow. But remember, tune in tonight. Brogan is back tonight. Make sure to tune in. Thank you. We've got 13 likes today, which is more than normal. You know what? I think we must cross over crypto banter. Okay? And I tell you why. Because Reza said before we were at 52 viewers. And now we're on 16. So I think we are a warm-up show for another crypto channel. That's what I think. And maybe we are, but I don't care. But thank you, everybody, for coming and tuning in. I'll see you all in the morning. Brogan is back tonight. Thank you, Mikey, Drop, Mags, Peter is here, Kishan, Solos Guy, too many to read out. Thanks, everybody. See you in the morning. Take care.